Cảm cầm lá điều làm đăng. Hello again. So today started out at Thathom and initially went over a few small hills before dropping into the Ngiep River Valley. Then climbed a monster mountain up into Meuang Khoun. So started off the day again with some fellow travelers. These cattle go in my direction, but immediately got into some gorgeous scenery. I'm going to start off by showing you some of the beautiful scenes that I encountered along the route. First, in the two small climbs that I did to start off the day, and then along the Ngiep River Valley. It's a wonderful valley here up in the mountains. So I'm getting into the beginnings of northern Laos and the big mountains. You'll see some of the climb that I went up today a little later on here. Just wanted to continue showing you some of these beautiful areas that I saw along the way. And I'll let you enjoy that for a minute and then I'll jump back in. So I also wanted to show you a few of the markets and shops along the way. This market here is where I stopped to pick up some food before heading up the big climb. And I grabbed some oranges, some rice, and some other snacks to eat along the way. And here's just a shop to show you some of the various items that are for sale along the street in one of the villages here. So as I was traveling, I met another fellow cyclist here, Julien from France, friends with Nicolas from yesterday. They've gone their separate ways for quite some time, and they're going to meet up again today. And so I left Julien waiting for his friend Nicolas, and they are going to climb the big climb tomorrow. Julien's been traveling for about a year and a half now, cycling all the way from France through Asia and ending up in Japan. I left Julien by the banks of the Ngiep River and started up the climb and noticed immediately that the river went dry. Basically what they've done is they've dammed up the river, they siphon it all out and use it for a hydroelectric power project and then dump the water back in downstream. So this whole section of the river here is just absolutely dry. Yeah, the villagers alongside the river here were not happy when I talked to them. They basically have no access to the fishing that they used to have, and we're just pretty grumpy about it, but there's not much they can do. They have no power to change anything. I continued up the climb and decided to join with this herd of goats and climb with them for a while. They seemed like good company, but ultimately they were really unimpressed with my climbing skills, so they kicked me out and I had to continue climbing on my own. Just to give you an idea of how steep this road is, this is not slow motion. These trucks are coming up in real time. It's a brutal climb, very steep. The road was beat up pretty bad, mostly because of these big trucks coming along through it. Yeah, they climbed even slower than I did today. And of course I was a dusty mess at the end of the day from all of the trucks passing by. But ultimately I did make it to the top of the climb and got to enjoy this view from the top. I'll let you enjoy it as well. All day along the climb I was passing through different Meuang villages, and the Meuang are one of the highland peoples, so I'm passed through the lowlands and the uplands and now up into the highlands, and so I was in the villages all day, and I'll show you the length of one of the villages here at the near the top of the climb. Generally, there's not a lot to indicate from village to village, whether it's one group or another. The houses are a little different from place to place, but there's not really much to tell you unless you start listening to the language and kind of looking for really closer clues that you would really only know if you kind of live here for a long time and kind of can tell how people set up their villages a little bit differently. But that's the end of the climb, end of the day, and I am ready to go at it again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.